Good morning. I am Master Sergeant Rachel Armstrong, military training instructor, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. As the flights move into position and for the safety and comfort of those around you, we ask that you refrain from entering the retreat pad and remain in your respective seating area when taking photos during the ceremony. Do not sit or stand in the stairways unless entering or exiting the grandstands. Additionally, we ask that you do not stand at the bottom of the grandstands as well as the arena drill pad. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you may proceed onto the retreat pad after the flights are dismissed. Please be cautious when ascending and descending the bleachers, utilize the handrails, and watch for tripping, slipping, and falling hazards. Restroom facilities are located in the reception center and to the right of the flagpole. During this morning's ceremony, smoking and the consumption of alcoholic beverages is not permitted. At this time, please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. Thank you, and enjoy today's ceremony. In the military, ceremonies are held to accord distinctive honors to national symbols or individuals on special occasions. These ceremonies are also used to display the proficiency and state of training in a command and to promote teamwork and pride in the organization. They also contribute to public morale by displaying symbolically the strength and unity of the military in support of the nation. All of the movements you will observe today are known as drill. The purpose of drill is to enable a commander or a non-commissioned officer, such as a military training instructor, the ability to move their units from one place to another in an orderly manner, to aid in training by instilling discipline and habits of precision and response to leaders' orders, and to provide for the development of all leaders in the practice of commanding formations. To maintain the proper decorum and respect for events such as this, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you are here. First, there will be times that you will be asked to stand for the invocation, the playing of the national anthem, and the Air Force song, and the reciting of the Airman's Creed. We ask that you remain silent during those times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respect to the flag during the national anthem. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Now marching into position from the 321st Training Squadron, PT Excellence Flight 259, led by Tech Sergeant Joshua Smith, military training instructor, hometown, Liberty, Indiana. From the 322nd Training Squadron, Flight 262, led by Master Sergeant Lance Westfall, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Greenfield, Missouri. Flight 263, led by Technical Sergeant Yannick O'Neill, military training instructor, hometown, Laurel, Maryland. Flight 264, led by Technical Sergeant Charles Danzer, military training instructor, hometown, St. Mary's, Georgia. Flight 265, led by Staff Sergeant Leah Cuck, military training instructor, hometown, Frederick, Maryland. Flight 266, led by Technical Sergeant Dominique Reyes, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Huntington Beach, California. From the 331st Training Squadron, Flight 267, led by Technical Sergeant Shandrick Goodson, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Hope, Arkansas. Flight 268, led by Technical Sergeant Marcus Flood, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Elgin, South Carolina. Flight 269, led by Technical Sergeant Taylor Sarter, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Teague, Texas. Flight 270, led by Master Sergeant Paul Santos, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Orlando, Florida. Flight 271, led by Technical Sergeant Josefina Vandenberg, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Flight 272, led by Technical Sergeant Preston Reese, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Obetz, Ohio. Air Force Basic Military Training conducts graduation events over the course of 2 days to celebrate the accomplishments of our newest airmen and guardians. These events recognize their transition into the profession of arms. We acknowledge the tradition of honor and the legacy of valor provided by those who came before and inspire us still today. We would also like to thank the family and friends for their continued support that these graduates will be counting on as they serve our great nation in the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Osjohn.
Please pray in your tradition as I do in mine. O God of heavenly powers, by the might of your command, you drive away all the obstacles before us and lead us toward being successful leaders. Be present in your goodness with your servants, trainees, MTIs, commanders, civil servants, families, and friends. Today, we pray for a special blessing for them and ask from you for you to be their seeing eyes, hearing ears, and deciding minds, so that they will have tough-mindedness, tireless motivation, and unceasing vigilance for their duties. O God of strength and power, we knock your door and seek only from you. Please embrace and touch us. Touch our hearts, our minds, our spirits. our concerns, hopes, and weaknesses, our families, loved ones, our nations, and good citizens of the world. We know that when you touch, all the wounds will be healed, all infirmity will go away, and enmity will be replaced with friendship, so that peace in our nation and the world will be accomplished as a result of service and leadership of our graduates. In many beautiful names you have, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning, and welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Deputy Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training and 1993 graduate of Basic Military Training, Lieutenant Colonel Alvin Schultz, Jr. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training and 2003 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson. Also in attendance with us today, the Commander, 325th Fighter Wing, Colonel George Watkins. The Command Chief, 325th Fighter Wing and 1998 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Wayne Sharp. The Command Chief, 37th Training Wing and the 1997 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Carlos Damian. The Deputy Commander, 37th Training Wing, Colonel John Odell III, accompanied by his wife, Josefina. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737th Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. This week, we have a special opportunity to recognize one additional and significant achievement demonstrating the dedication of 26 of our graduates, who are being led by Technical Sergeant John Shields, Military Drill and Ceremonies Non-Commissioned Officer, hometown, Kinston, North Carolina. Today's recognition is made possible by a partnership between the Department of Defense and Department of Homeland Security to allow active duty service members to become citizens under the Naturalization at Basic Training Initiative. To be eligible, a member of the Armed Forces must pass a comprehensive application process administered by the Department of Homeland Security, including a background check and personal interview to demonstrate high moral character and their knowledge of the English language. Applicants are also tested on U.S. history and government. Please hold your applause until all names have been announced. The Air Force is proud to recognize Presocia Alan, country of origin, Mexico. Virgil Sissoko, country of origin, France. God-given Tikuzu, country of origin, Central African Republic. Alexander Ochipsuk, country of origin, Uzbekistan. David Afutu, country of origin, Ghana. Cosmas Barongo, country of origin, Kenya. Jomark Raleigh Ariola, country of origin, Philippines. Aaron Jacob, country of origin, Canada. Juan Gomez Gonzalez, country of origin, Venezuela. Samson Ajibola Olagoke, country of origin, Nigeria. Iyobi Demi, country of origin, Ethiopia. Damik Mattis, country of origin, Jamaica. Jason Quispe, country of origin, Argentina. Brianna Dawson, country of origin, Jamaica. Oluwafemi Animashan, country of origin, Nigeria. Maimadi Axelati. Brian Leon, country of origin, Mexico. Lasanthra Shipushp Palagadra Arakilage, country of origin, Sri Lanka. Ksenia Selezneva, country of origin, Russia. Asako Hartman, country of origin, Japan. Santiago Stairs, country of origin, Guatemala. Jessent Marcelino, country of origin, Philippines. April LePay, country of origin, Micronesia. Francine Ann Nerves, country of origin, Philippines. Arabella Sheen Palyanan, country of origin, Philippines. Krisha Makala Antonio, country of origin, Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us congratulate the newest citizens of the United States of America. Musical support for this morning's ceremony is provided by airmen from Flights 260 and 261, performing under the direction of retired Master Sergeant Samuel Johnson, Master Military Training Instructor, hometown Stratford, Connecticut. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic training syllabus and training requirements, Drum and Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork and the Air Force's core value, service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Vale will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning. Good morning. All right, before I begin, I'd like to extend thanks to our senior leaders and distinguished visitors that have taken time out of their day to celebrate our graduates. I would also like to thank our military training instructors who have spent countless hours dedicated to changing the trainees that you see before you into airmen in the United States Air Force. Please join me in a round of applause recognizing their phenomenal efforts. Finally, I'd like to thank the families, friends, and loved ones in the stands who have traveled from far and wide to honor and celebrate our graduates today. I'm going to date myself here, but around this time, 27 years ago, I was going through basic military training myself. A lot of things have changed since then, but one thing that hasn't, and that's the feeling in my chest being a part of this ceremony. That feeling is pride, and it's reverberating throughout this arena right now. From the trainees that have just accomplished a tremendous accomplishment to their loved ones who are zeroed in on them from the stands, to the instructors who are admiring the fruits of their hard efforts molding these trainees into airmen. This is truly a celebration of a life-changing event and one that we all get to share today. To our newest airmen, we need you. We need your life experience, we need your perspective, and above all, we need you to be ready to fight. This is what the Air Force is asking of you to ensure that we can protect our homeland and interests abroad. In my opinion, one of the key components to ensure we are ready to fight the next fight is being accountable. To be accountable to those tasks, conditions, and standards your future supervisors and organizations require of you. I believe that being accountable is simply doing things the right way. To that, I challenge you to be the person that invests time reading the rules and regulations to understand why we do the things we do. To be the person that has their technical orders out and are following them to the T when conducting their duties. To be the person who presents a positive military image in their uniforms. And most importantly, be the person that understands that you are now accountable to a team and that the use of I and me can no longer be your sole motivations. The last thing I mentioned there is team. I truly believe one of the reasons why we are the world's greatest Air Force is that we are made up of high-functioning teams. Our airmen here in front of you today have had a taste of the importance of teamwork over the last 7.5 weeks. None of them made it to this day alone. At one time or another, they have had to sacrifice their own wants and needs. They have helped or received help from members of their flights and their dormitories. They have led and they have followed. They have become a team. To our airmen, as you progress in your careers, I challenge you to continue to be a good teammate. Be the person who knows their role in the organization and executes it to perfection. Be the person who looks out for their peers and comes to their aid when needed. Be the person that sets the tone for your organization and knows good enough is the enemy of great. Lastly, I'll finish this speech with a thank you to our newest airmen. Thank you for making it today. And thank you for raising your right hand and serving your country. It has been the highlight of my career to be a part of this basic training mission and an absolute honor to be a part of this first step of your military career. I wish you and your loved ones nothing as the best as you start this Air Force journey, and I hereby acknowledge your completion of all graduation requirements and recommended to Colonel Wilson and Chief Master Sergeant Anderson that you receive your coveted Airman's coin, which signifies your transition from trainees to airmen. Congratulations. Military training instructors, you may proceed.
At this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the Venerable Airman's Coin, and for the first time, distinct Space Force coins to our Space Force graduates. The lore of military coins has many colorful suspected origins. However, a popular story stems from World War I, where American volunteers formed flying squadrons in France during the Great War. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze, with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave those medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces confiscated the pilot's possessions except for the pilot's medallion that he wore around his neck. While in confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped after crossing the front lines to safety. He came across a French outpost where he was initially thought to be a saboteur, until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, several military units have developed their own coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins to recognize outstanding performances and achievements. The coins the airmen and space professionals receive today are unique in that they originate here at the gateway to the Air Force and are only given to those who complete this rigorous course of instruction. On one side of the airman's coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the first military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the year 1947, the birth date of the United States Air Force, and around the rim of the coin, the core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the newly recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our Air and Space Force today and into the future. Inscribed in a half circle above the contemporary Air Force emblem is the Air Force motto, "Aim high, fly, fight, win." And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all who see this is inscribed, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force."
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Kenny will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 37th Training Wing, home of Air Force Basic Military Training. I know that you've made many sacrifices to help your loved ones through these 7.5 weeks of very difficult training, and it is not lost on me the critical role that family and friends have in the success of every airman. I'm grateful to each and every one of you for the love and support you have given them, especially for your presence here today. So thank you for trusting us with your loved ones. Would those among you who are able, who are veterans, or who are still currently serving, please stand to be recognized. Thank you for your service and for inspiring your loved ones to follow in your footsteps. Ladies and gentlemen, I must take a minute to give credit and praise to the military training instructors who are truly the most talented, dedicated, motivated, and selfless people you will ever meet. Over the last 2 months, they have been up early in the morning and stayed late at night working tirelessly with a relentless pursuit of excellence to take 571 individuals and turn them into this amazing group of newly forged warriors that stand before you today. Please join me in thanking them for their incredible work. To our newest airmen, we have asked a lot of you over the last 2 months. We've held you to high standards, and I think I speak for all of the leadership here in attendance that it has been our privilege and honor to watch you rise to the challenge, to grow into a team, and to cross that hallowed threshold from trainee to airman. Never forget that tomorrow, when you raise your right hand and take that oath, you are dedicating yourself to the cause of defending this nation's most precious freedoms for this generation and all future generations to come. I am confident that you will not fail in this sacred mission. Your time at basic military training is coming to a close, but this is not the end. This is only the beginning of what awaits you. As you leave us to begin the next step of your journey at technical training, remember the foundations your MTIs have set for you here. Integrity, service before self, taking care of your wingman, and always doing your best. These are the secrets to success. There will be challenges, there will be hard days, but there will also be some of the best days of your life. When those challenges do happen, remember your why and let it carry you. Remember that your attitude is the only thing that separates an ordeal from an adventure. I will leave you with one last piece of advice. Strive always to be better than you were yesterday. Don't let yourself get too comfortable. We learn not from the moments of contentment, but from moments of challenge. The trainees in the 322nd Training Squadron hear me say this often, but you will never know what you're capable of until you test your limits. So run those few extra steps, knock out a couple more push-ups. When your new squadron is looking for volunteers, raise your hand. Get outside of your comfort zone and you will find limitless potential. So to our new teammates and fellow airmen, I am proud to serve with each of you, and we send you off into the world knowing that you have the moral courage to be your best selves, full of that same pride, character, and excellence that you learned during your time here at BMT. Congratulations, Airmen. One team!
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Kenny. At this time, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer, someone who demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, testing their physical abilities, academic aptitude, and adaptability to the military environment through multiple progress checks. This airman has surpassed all others in the challenges of training and earned the distinction of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from the 322nd Training Squadron, Flight 262, Airman Austin Peterson. He is from Yulee, Florida, and joined the Air Force to become an aerospace medical technician. In the stands cheering are his mother Laura, father Apollo, and girlfriend Olivia. His recruiter is Master Sergeant Brian Fletcher from the 125th Fighter Wing, Jacksonville, Florida. Please stand as a sign of unity as our top graduate leads us through the Airman's Creed. Instructors, place your flights at attention. Thank you. Please be seated. Instructors, place your flights at ease. This morning, we honor our heritage of military customs and traditions as we welcome our newest airmen into the ranks of the Department of the Air Force. There are two purposes for this morning's retreat ceremony. The retreat ceremony is a solemn event conducted at every United States military installation around the globe. It signifies the end of the official duty day, and today is symbolic of the end of training for our graduates. But more importantly, it is to pay respect for our nation's flag. When we offer our respect for our flag and to our national anthem, we have an opportunity to reflect on the democratic principles that have made our nation great. The meaning of freedom, the dignity of the individual, the pursuit of happiness, and national unity all come to mind when you think of our flag. It is the symbol of our nation to the world. Military members have a special bond with this flag. These airmen are part of the flag's tradition because they symbolize the spirit and sacrifices of the military and dedication to the defense of this great nation and the principles it represents. When we salute the flag as it is lowered, we ask that you think about the flag flying over Arlington and other national cemeteries. Think about the flag being carried into combat by the service members who precede us. Think about the freedom Americans enjoy today, freedom without precedent in the history of the world. These men and women who stand before you today represent the projection of strength behind our flag. Our flag security detail consists of leaders from the 37th Training Wing and 737th Training Group, led by Chief Master Sergeant Jake Vale. Our Commander of Airmen is Colonel Lauren Corshane. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the sounding of retreat and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. The flag stands for peace, honor, truth, justice, and freedom. In the armed forces of the United States, during the ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, folded in a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out at the ceremony of reveille. The flag has been torn to strips and used as bandages for wounded combatants on the battlefield. It has been placed in the trembling arms of a grieving parent at the gravesite of their fallen son or daughter. It is flown at half-staff to honor our military members. The flag has been flown in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. It has flown at Valley Forge, Shiloh, and Gettysburg. It was there at San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, in the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, on the beaches of Normandy. It was waved at Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, Somalia, Kuwait, Iraq, and in Afghanistan. The flag has been burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that America has helped set free. Yet, it remains invincible. Please remain standing for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force song. Congratulations on achieving this historic milestone that marks the beginning of your career. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Families with graduates in the Drum and Bugle Corps are asked to wait for their graduates on the north side of the west bleachers while they secure their equipment. We ask that you refrain from running onto the retreat pad and please use caution when descending the bleachers. Town Pass ends at 2000 hours. When dropping off graduates, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at 37 Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas.